Hey, what's going on, good people? Welcome back to another video. So this is going to be my review of the Welike Toys Last Son of Krypton, aka Man of Steel. This is kind of a mixed bag for me. One, I was glad to finally get a Man of Steel Superman because I've been one from that particular movie. The one released previously, I think Welike released one for Batman versus Superman or Justice League. I can't remember which one. I actually didn't get that one because I already had the Man of Superman, which I'll show in this video in a little bit. But this one is kind of a mixed bag. Kind of because of the body, the cape. Some things I really like. Some things I don't like at all. And then others are kind of, I was find a way to kind of work around it. But let's just from the jump start off what I do like. I really like the suit. The suit on this is, I mean, I love the material on it. It almost feels a little rubbery, not in a bad way, but in a good way. And I really like that about the suit. I like the texture of it. It really has that look from the Man of Steel movie. You know, of course it's not perfect, but you know, it'll do. I love how the S is. I might hit it with a little bit of rub and buff or something, or you know, to kind of give it a little bit more of a metallic look. I could use some metallic paint that I have, but I don't want to darken the brighten the colors up too much on it. The boots, you know, I know a lot of people did not like the dull colors in the movie, but I do. I like how it fit in that particular movie, so I don't have an issue with that. Personally, I love the movie. That's one of my favorite movies. Everybody has their preferences, and that's mine. But anyways, but yeah, so those are the things that I like off the top. Now, things I do not like is this horrible cape. This cape is not a good cape at all. It's a very thin material. There's this one little bitty thin wire. I mean, it will hold to form, mainly because this is a very thin, it's kind of a cheap material. As you can see in the back, it doesn't really, it'll sit down a little bit further. At least I was able to get that to sit down further before on the neck, but it doesn't go down much further. Also, I mean, I don't like this. So I may swap it out. I may not, because I mean, I already have two other versions of Cavill Superman, so I may just leave it as is and not spend any other extra money on this. So we'll see. I haven't made up my mind on it though. The head, now the original, this is actually the original head. I repainted it. What I did want about this is I like the hair from Man of Steel. It has the actual hair sculpt for me, so I didn't want to swap it out with the Man of Superman. I had an extra Man of Superman head. I didn't want to swap it out with that mainly because it's a different head sculpt, different hair and everything to it. But the likeness was not there, so I repainted it. And I won't say it's like a 100% great job, but it does look much closer to Cavill than the original head sculpt did. So I'm very satisfied with this. I don't want to spend another 50 plus whatever dollars to get a new head sculpt. I'm trying to get this cape to lay down right. Here we go, that's better. To get a new head sculpt for this. So I'm very pleased with how this came out. I figured, you know, I'm more satisfied I am with my paint skills than when you know, started doing some of these. So I'm very happy with how this paint job came out. So I'll do some photos, get some clearer pictures of that later. So those are things that I do, don't, whatever like. Oh, here's another thing. I'm not really too fond of this body. The body is okay. The proportions seem a bit off. Now I will say someone else did a video. I think it was Perfect Customs, and oh man, I can't remember what the guy's name was. We talk all the time on Instagram. Anyways, he did like a head swap, which I thought was pretty good using the Manipul. So the size of it, the Manipul head was a little too small for this body because of how the shoulders are bulkier than the Manipul body. He got his head, I forgot where he got his head from. So he didn't use I don't think he used the head that actually came with this body. It was a different one. But anyways, This head is a little bigger than a Maniple's body because of how the hair is. So it fits a little differently, but I do like the proportions to the shoulders. I just don't like the lower half. The lower half is it's just kind of straight. You know, it's no real form to it. But you know, that is what it is. You know, it depends on how I want to pose it, and you can make it look better, worse. You know, we'll see. I'm not going to do a body swap on. I do know that much. Cause again, I probably won't spend any extra, excuse me, extra money on this because, I mean, overall, I like it. I do have some hangups with it, but I do overall like this figure a lot. It has enough going on that I'm pleased with it. I don't feel like, oh man, I waste my money with it or anything like that. If I had the chance to get it again, I would, especially being able to paint. I'm very happy with how the head sculpt came out. That was like the biggest thing for me when I actually got it in, is how that head looked. And well, like I said, I'm pleased with how this turned out. So we'll get to accessory. Oh, here's the thing too. I know anybody who has not already seen these, the head is attached by magnets. So that just pulls right off, because it also has a swappable, if I can grab it over here. And it really gets in there good. So especially if you don't put it on backwards, that's weird. Okay, let's do that. There we go. It just fits down in there really good. So I haven't even tried it with this one, just have the regular draping cape. I mean, it's a very cheap cape. It does all right for you if you're just having it sitting there like that, but not really too fond of it. So put this head back on it. I did hit the body with a little bit of rough and buff, mainly because I wanted, so I didn't, not so much where it just really starts shining and you just see, could see the difference, because the muscles were not as that pronounced in the suit in the first movie. But I did try to do just enough to highlight them, just to barely highlight them or anything, because I wanted to match that movie feel for them. The boots, which I have not tried swapping these out. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and do articulation, because I have not done that at all with this. That's about as far as you're gonna get down with this. Now, this is not depending on what kind of poses you want to do. There's no real rocker to it or anything. Depending on what pose you want to do, that could be a hindrance. But it also comes with an extra pair of, I'll show you, extra pair of boots. But his legs do bend about that much. Goes back that far. See, this is what I'm talking about. I don't like how this body is with that. But again, everyone has their own personal preference. Goes up pretty high, so I do like that. I won't really be doing these splits, but I'm not going to take it further than that either, because it feels like it could possibly split. This is a forgiving material, but that's about as far as we're going to take that. Going up, that's about as far as I can comfortably get that. This does have a bicep swivel. Let me hit my camera. I gotta heat it up again, I think. It does have a bicep swivel that is really stiff. I did have to heat it up when I first got it for that bicep swivel, especially this one. This one, when I moved, this one, it made me think that it was broke altogether. I mean, not broke, but didn't have one altogether. He bent his elbows about that much. And he does have like the, what is it called? The pivot or a twist or whatever at the wrist. I do like this has very bendable, rubbery like fingers. So you don't have to worry about being so stiff it'll, break off or anything. I do like that about it. Oh, and then let's see, ab crunch. It's pretty solid ab crunch. Go back. This suit is a little more baggy than the medical suit. You can look up, down, get a nice little head tilt. all around. Look like he's holding. All right, so let me try to get him standing back up here again. And that's a really weird pose. All right. So we get him up here like that. I don't really like that pose. Let's try this again. I ain't looking for the perfect pose, but I do want him standing up better than that. That'll do. All right. As far as accessories, this is very, very light on accessories. He does come with some flight boots, which I think that's a cool touch. And a couple pair of hands. These grabbing hands. 2 fist hands. And then the hands already have on them. Relaxed and kind of open splayed hands. So let's now, I want to do some comparisons with my other Superman. So let's get him over here. And so bring him over here with the Maniple Superman. So, I'm not sure how well it's really showing up on camera. Because, you know, when you're looking at something, you kind of you're able to see a little bit better because you know what you look at in person. But I love having this this difference in these versions of the movie version of Superman. Like I said, I like the proportions better on this body, on the Maniple body. I like how the suit is, well, I won't say the suit is a little bit better, but the muscle definition, the proportions, the body proportions, everything are better on the Maniple Superman than we like. But again, I'm glad I got both of them because since now I have 3 versions of these. I got my one from Man of Steel and yes, since I put the curl in there, that is the one from Black Adam for me. And then I have this is one you use from the Kingdom Come Bro Toys. I'm so tempted to get, let me move these over. So I'm tempted to get another Maniple Superman and repaint the suit. Actually, that's not realistic because I don't think you can find another Maniple Superman body. So the Bro Toys one is a little taller. Quite a bit taller, to be honest. So let me get these in view properly. I like having my Superman from the different movies. Let's move this out just a little bit. Here we go, just a hair. But yeah, so be able to have it from the different movies. So I can have for my Justice League, Black Adam. I'm still gonna say that's Black Adam versus and Batman versus Superman, all that good stuff, because it's mine. I can say what I want because it's in my house. But I love having these different versions of them to be able to have that comparison and looking at the difference in the suits, how this was a brighter suit versus from the first movie, even the difference in the design on the suit. So I thought that was, that's cool to be able to have and be able to look at for my own collection. But yeah, so I really like how this came out. Like how, I came out like I just did. Actually, no, I take it back. I did do something. I painted that face to make him look like Cavill. It did not look, I wish I would have taken, I'm bad at doing before and after. And I wish I would have done that. I'm gonna have to remember to start doing that from going forward. But to show what it looked like before, and it wasn't terrible, but it didn't look like Cavill though. Anyways, I like having these, I feel like now, I don't know, I think Maniple might be doing a black suit Superman. I may get that one just to have one in scale. The only I'm still waiting on is the one that Mezco is doing for, what's his name? Corn Sweat. Because I missed it was a third party one. that was being done. It was by some guys I follow on Instagram. Looked really good. I was able to get in on that one, so I'll be getting a Mezco version and repaint that head a little bit. And I got a couple of things coming up. I'm really excited to show y'all some they're actual customs that I'll be working on. So I'm really excited to get those things out over the next couple of weeks here. I've been doing a lot of different customs. So anyways, if you like this, hit like, subscribe, share, and I'll catch you on the next video.